Problem solving. Do you have a problem that you haven't been able to solve, or do you have problems that are taking too long? I'm going to give you three really powerful methods, and I'm going to tell you a story too about how I applied these yesterday and today as well. And then at the very end of the video, I have a special surprise. I'm going to share with you a real short clip of where I am, which I believe is one of the most beautiful and then also has some of the best energy on the entire planet. Well, at least the places that I've been. So let's go check it out. We need to start out defining the terms. Well, what is a problem? And I'm not going to go to the dictionary like I have so many times before. Let's really think about it. A problem is really the universe is giving us a message and saying, hey, Eric, or whatever your name is, you need to expand your consciousness. You need to raise your vibration so that you can solve this. So it's giving you an opportunity to grow. And that's what the problem is. And then as you grow a little bit or a lot, then that problem is just going to solve itself. And you'll be at a new level of awareness, of joy, and really able to experience all the things that life has even more. Continuing on the same theme, there's something really important we need to agree. That we're not going to be able to solve whatever the problem was at the same level of consciousness that we were before, at least not solve it easily and naturally how we're supposed to. You may have heard the expression, well, the definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing again and again, or hitting your head against the wall. Why not just go around the wall? But that's what a lot of us do. And I'm going to share with you right now a story that's true about one of the businesses that I run, about how this exactly played out in my life, and then how I applied these three principles to solve the problem. And I think you can do the same thing too for yourself. So the situation in this story, I'm going to illustrate as I tell you what the 3 points are, the 3 steps. The first step is we need to get really clear about what solution do we want. A lot of people, what they do is they focus on what the problem is, but actually that doesn't help them solve it. So what we need to do is really get clear to ourselves is what is the solution that we desire. For example, the challenge that I had yesterday was that one of the products that in our innovative health products company, it got classified by Amazon as a medical device, which requires FDA approval. So I identified, well, what is the desired outcome? And it's actually seeing people in their homes using this. It's not a professional medical device, but so an experience that the listing is actually back up again as it was. It was one of our top selling products. And it's a fantastic product that I use as well myself. So whatever it is that maybe you have going on right now, is get really clear on what the solution is for yourself, and only focus on that. Don't focus on the issues or the problem, focus just on the solution. Step number 2 is we have to create and make whatever that solution is for ourselves as a reality today. It's not something that we want in the future. I'll give you an example is I realized yesterday after I had breakfast that my credit card wasn't there. And the initial thoughts that went through my mind were, oh my gosh, maybe someone took it who was here. But then I remembered that I had paid for my breakfast not too long ago. And I said, Eric, wait, visualize, experience, and visualize that credit card in your hand. When I did, I relaxed. I felt good again. And then maybe 5-10 minutes later, I went downstairs and I checked in the restaurant, and they had my credit card. Actually, I checked first in a different area, and then they had it. Well, first I checked where I'm living, and then I checked. But it was then exactly what I had visualized. It was in my hand. It's the same thing for a problem. For example, with this Amazon product listing, is to start experiencing whatever the problem is when it's solved. Initially, when I was focusing more on the problem and solving it, but when I was still focused on the problem, I was feeling tension in my body. I was thinking about it when I should have been sleeping and doing other things. I don't know why this was taking so much of my attention. But problems have a way of doing that when we focus on them. So as soon as I shifted and focused on just on the solution, seeing the people using this product and really enjoying it, suddenly I relaxed. Suddenly I felt good. Suddenly my brain started working properly. And on a chemical level, suddenly the cortisol level starts dropping, your blood pressure starts dropping, and oh, by the way, your cognitive ability also goes up big time. One way I do this that's really, really powerful is I keep my awareness. I ask myself, Eric, how is your connection? How are you feeling to start out? And if I feel like my energy or if my focus is kind of distracted or all over the place, I consciously make the decision to get my focus back where it needs to be, which is right here, to bring my energy right here and to continuously have that connection with this infinite power around us. A simple way we can do that is by asking ourselves, well, what are my predominant thoughts? Are my predominant thoughts about other things, about this or what happened or may happen or they'll do this? Am I worried or thinking about what other people are going to do or say, or needing someone to do or say something to feel good? Any of those thoughts, we need to bring ourselves present. A really, really quick way to become even more present is to simply just breathe in for 5, breathe out for 5, and as we're doing that, just place our awareness on our bodies and we can expand it to our energy. And within 5 breaths, in and out, we can be more present, more here, and it's going to do wonderful things for problem solving, but also for our life. Step number 3, the final step, is what we need to do is we need to do stuff. We need to make it happen. However, we need to make things happen to solve the problem in a certain way. So what I was doing with solving the misclassification of the product was I was emailing the Seller Central support. I was resubmitting the ticket. And they would quickly cut and paste the same answer and send it back to me within hours. It was kind of hilarious. But I kept on insisting and insisting, and I was really not getting what I was looking for. I was looking for some guidance or some assistance on how to solve it, but I kept on getting told, you need to go get FDA approval, which it's a very, very long, elaborate process, and it's not a medical device. So with any problem, we need to be doing all of the things we can, and simultaneously, we need to do something else. When we're doing steps 1 and 2, we became really, really clear about what it is that we desire as the outcome, and we're focusing on it. Then we're experiencing that, because when we experience that, we're starting to tap into this infinite power around us. You're going to get inspired ideas. Ideas will come to you when you release. You can release when you've done number 2 really well, because when you start to experience, you already feel that it's solved, you can release. Because as long as you're holding on to the tension, and I was, at least at the start, as long as you're feeling tension, what that means is you're focused on the problem, and then you need to go do 1 and 2 again. But once you release, you're going to get inspired ideas. So what happened to me is, I don't know how many, I sent numerous different tickets. I was thinking about it when I should have been doing, I shouldn't have been, meaning, we shouldn't be thinking about business things during our enjoyment time, right? We shouldn't be doing that. We should be enjoying ourselves 100%. An idea came to me, Eric, why don't you send a different style of email? Why don't you tell him that you're going to email Jeff Bezos, because he has an email, and you're going to tell them that you're not getting the support that you want, and all you want is them to re-review the product. So that was kind of the start of listening to some guidance. And then guess what? They replied back, yes, we've now submitted it. And this is after endless emails not submitting it. They're going to submit it to get re-reviewed by the specialist. But then it just popped in my head, Eric, you need to go check the listing. Maybe it has some of the words. So it was actually, one of the words was the word acne, that if it does something for acne, it has to be FDA approved. It's not even designed for acne. So what I did was I went through and I edited the entire listing, and I contacted them again and I said, look, hey, I found some mistakes in the listing. Can you re-review? Can you ask whoever's going to review it to wait an hour? All of those solutions, if they had been right at the start, it would have been solved probably really, really quickly. However, I was focused a little too much on the problem, and that's kind of why I continued. But as soon as I did the steps that I share with you, I was able to get these ideas just popping into my head. And then I implemented them really quickly, and this morning, and I already see the page as being approved and live again. I promised you I'm going to show you a really, really fantastic, so come with me, let's go check it out. And incidentally, if this video was beneficial for you and you liked it, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I have really, really focused content on helping you manifest the life that you design by tapping into this infinite power around us. And I've been doing this for a long time, and I now used it to be running 5 different growing companies, as well as to get all the other areas of my life from really messed up to, well, manifesting what I design. And that's the tailored content I'm giving to you. So subscribe and activate notifications. In the comments below, why don't you share something that you had a question or follow-up, so I can tailor the content after this for you better. And let's go check out this beautiful view. So as I promised, this is the view that I said I'd share. And this is actually in the Amazons, and it's one of the most incredible places. This is actually a river. It's the biggest river in the world, and it has just an incredible amount of water going through it, and the nature and the energy here is just fantastic. So I highly recommend you check it out. I'll have to share some more on future videos. And if the topic of manifesting life view design, because this was something that I desired, and so I'm living here by choice. And so I'm basically, I've manifested the life that I've designed. So if that's something of interest to you to be able to do that in your own life, then I have a free class. It's at powerlifeclass.com. And there's no opt-in or anything required. You can just watch the class right there. That'll help take you in terms of the steps that I've done to go and to manifest the life that I design by obviously applying common sense principles, but also by tapping into the infinite power around us. Have a fantastic day.